So if my wife is treating me badly, I'm kind of like, well, I'll treat you badly. I'm gonna, but then I realised our relationship, tit for tat, was getting more pulled away, and it was like, how does this cycle break? It doesn't matter.
Not for the
how
support
you treat
family,
me.
like and share, like and share.
I treat you the way a person should treat you, no matter how you treat.
On our platform is to report on business solution through legislation.gov.uk by reporting and highlighting past and present acts. So UK knows that there is no business like the King's business.
What I'm going to go away from this conversation with, right, is as we were talking, and we were talking about, well, I brought up on the Brehon law and the common father, and the king of the tribe was the person who was the oldest living male relative. And I thought to myself, the thing that seems to keep me positive is that your father and my father ultimately is God.
Yes, right.
And only by the focus, so it'd be a bit like, you're an Irish tribe and I'm an Irish tribe, you're a Murphy, I'm a Watson, we're fighting all the time. We could be doing that for both white, or we could be doing it for black and white. But if we see our common ancestor, there's creation and the creator, right? So the creator is our father. This is our father in heaven. So, you know, and this is it. And if we focus on him, and the more we focus on him, and when God allows me to see these beautiful things like this black man and his son kissing him unashamed in church, and I'm looking around and I'm saying, there's Indians here, and there's Chinese here, and there's white, and there's Polish, and all of that. We're in the family house. And none of those things that, let's say, if you were an evolutionist, would be pulling us apart. They don't operate. No. And I love to see it. And that's why I'm glad I bumped into you fellas here.
Because like I say, I deal with history more than religion, because the history could make religion more clear.
Yeah,
because like you say, the fact that based on our education, when we perceive, so when I look at you, what are we educated is that this is how you look.
What you perceive.
Yes, I'm saying. Based on, remember, this is based on the education.
And assumptions. I'm looking at you and there's assumptions
I'm trying to say,
based on what I
because of our education. But again, if we had the right education, we'll see that, again, your pure breath. You understand? The electric, you can see all the right things. Before, that's what I'm saying, before we go to before we get even to the wrong, remember?
Yeah, we've all got the wrong things as well.
All right.
Let's get the right things first, then we can go now.
So exactly, so that would have a more bond than a physical bond.
Yes.
We would have an intellectual bond. Yes. We would have a social bond, remember? Because what we're given based on society is based on what someone has taught us. Yes. So if they taught us all wrong, we're going to have that wrong perception.
Yeah, you know what? And that's something I've been trying to analyse in my mind is, right, okay, there are many people who would side with their tribe or their football team or their country or whatever, even if they were bad, over someone who wasn't that, who was good. And maturity comes when you say to yourself, and it's a paraphrasing, and maybe it's a bit hamish, but judging a person on the context of their character is very true. Anybody who would say, I'm standing with this bad person because he resembles me, than this good person who doesn't, those people are the ones that need to be reached with the...
All right, so that is based on education.
Yeah.
Because, again, just like how Joseph's father perceived, so he used his own intelligence through what was right to allow him to be himself. So when you see someone behave in a certain way, you could perceive based on your psychological development.
Yes.
To say, okay, there's something not really developed in him, but that's why he's behaving that way.
Yes.
So you could perceive that, so you know, okay, based on that, he might be detached. He might not have enough education psychologically.
And I don't know his history and his nurturing or anything that went into this.
So we're just thinking that, okay, he might, because if you don't have enough psychology, you would follow whatever is popular. So if someone's doing wrong, you will follow it just because of,
you know what, this is what happened to me, because I don't know, I was an alcoholic, I was into all kinds of horrible things, but I realised down in this park, where Jesus says to do unto others as you would have them do unto you, where it's not the eye for the eye and the tooth for tooth. And by you can see there's a lot of tension.
Yeah,
You
because
and every
they've been
week
taught
it's the
wrong
same.
though.
It's the same kind of
I
thing.
agree.
But I've found in my dialogues as a Christian with Muslims, by treating someone how you would want them to treat to me, immediately you can see the doors open. But the assumption they have, because I'm Christian, because I'm white, or black, all of those things, we have the stereotype, and our attitude is based on that stereotype. And I remember that even in my domestic life with my wife. Okay, so if my wife is treating me badly, I'm kind of like, well, I'll treat you badly. I'm gonna. But then I realised our relationship, tit for tat, was getting more pulled away, and it was like, how does this cycle break? And I thought to myself, I'm going to. Funny, I went away to Knockelson's Shrine anyway. It was a religious kind of experience. I thought, it doesn't matter
Love for the
how
support
you treat
family,
me.
like and share,
I've got
like
to
and
treat
share.
you the way a person should treat you, no matter how you treat me. And once I put that conscientiously into practice, the fruit came back,
Yeah,
the
but-
warmth came back,
because they did the right thing,
everything
innit?
came back.
That's
But
the
if
right
I'd have
thing.
done what I thought was justice, you do that to me, I'm going to do that to you, it would have just got worse and worse and worse.
Because wrong doesn't make wrong don't
Yeah,
make a right.
yeah, exactly.
So you look for the correction and